Donald Trump, the man whose name has become synonymous with luxury real estate, controversy, and reality TV. He's one of the most recognizable figures in the world, and his wealth and business ventures have been a source of fascination for decades. But how did Trump become a billionaire? Was it all smart investments, or did he inherit his fortune? In today's video, we'll break down Trump's rise to billionaire status, from his early business ventures to his real estate empire and the controversies that followed him along the way. Donald Trump was born on June 14, 1946, in Queens, New York. He was the fourth of 5 children, raised in a wealthy family. His father, Fred Trump, was a successful real estate developer who built affordable housing in Brooklyn and Queens. While Fred didn't have the flashy style that his son would later adopt, he was a savvy businessman who amassed a fortune through his apartment complexes and rental properties. From an early age, Donald was exposed to the world of real estate, learning the ropes from his father. He often accompanied Fred to construction sites and business meetings, gaining a first-hand understanding of the industry. By the time he was a teenager, it was clear that Donald had inherited his father's ambition, but he wanted to expand beyond the outer boroughs of New York City and into Manhattan, the epicenter of wealth and prestige. In the early 1970s, Donald Trump set his sights on Manhattan, a far more competitive and high-stakes market than the outer boroughs where his father operated. His first big break came in 1976, when he secured a deal to develop the Commodore Hotel, located near Grand Central Station. The Commodore Hotel was a rundown property, but Trump saw potential. Through aggressive negotiations and with the help of tax abatements from the city, he transformed the hotel into the Grand Hyatt, which opened in 1980. The success of this project put Trump on the map and gave him a foothold in Manhattan real estate. But Trump's true rise began with the construction of Trump Tower. Located on Fifth Avenue, Trump Tower became the symbol of his brand, luxurious, extravagant, and larger than life. The 58-story building, completed in 1983, was an immediate success, attracting high-end retailers and wealthy buyers for its luxury condominiums. It was during this time that Trump perfected his formula: real estate developments that bore his name, a talent for self-promotion, and a lavish personal style that made him a media sensation. The Trump name became synonymous with wealth and opulence, and Donald became a fixture of New York's elite social scene. After his success in Manhattan, Trump set his sights on expanding his business empire. In the 1980s, he ventured into new industries: casinos, airlines, and even sports. Some of these ventures were hits, but others were high-profile failures. In 1984, Trump entered the casino business by purchasing the Taj Mahal in Atlantic City. It was a massive project, costing over $1 billion to build, and when it opened in 1990, it was the largest casino in the world. However, Trump's expansion into the casino industry wasn't all smooth sailing. By the early 1990s, the Taj Mahal and 2 other Trump-owned casinos, Trump Plaza and Trump Castle, were facing significant financial troubles. The high levels of debt Trump took on to finance these projects left him vulnerable when the casino market in Atlantic City declined. Trump also made a foray into the airline industry, purchasing Eastern Air Shuttle and rebranding it as Trump Shuttle in 1989. Though he attempted to bring luxury to the airline business, the venture was short-lived and sold off in 1992 due to financial losses. Perhaps one of Trump's most notorious ventures outside of real estate was his ownership of the New Jersey Generals, a team in the United States Football League, USFL. Trump tried to position the USFL as a competitor to the NFL, but the league folded in 1986 after only a few seasons, leaving Trump with a failed sports franchise. By the early 1990s, Donald Trump's empire was in serious financial trouble. The massive debt he had taken on to finance his casino, hotel, and real estate projects became overwhelming as the economy slowed and the markets crashed. At one point, Trump was reportedly $900 million in personal debt and over $3 billion in total business debt. Trump's financial troubles came to a head in 1991 when his Atlantic City casinos began to hemorrhage money. In an effort to avoid bankruptcy, Trump negotiated with his creditors to restructure his debt, giving up equity in some of his businesses but retaining control of his flagship properties like Trump Tower. It was a precarious time for Trump, and many doubted whether he could recover. Despite these financial setbacks, Trump managed to avoid total bankruptcy. He emerged from the crisis in the mid-1990s with a much leaner business portfolio, having shed many of his failing assets. But what remained intact was Trump's brand. He had learned the power of his name, and in the coming decades, it would be his most valuable asset. After no longer just a real estate developer, he became a global brand. He licensed his name to hotels, golf courses, and luxury apartment buildings across the globe. In many cases, Trump didn't even own the properties. He simply licensed the Trump name, allowing developers to associate their projects with his brand in exchange for a fee. But perhaps the biggest boost to Trump's brand came from the world of reality television. In 2004, Trump became the host of NBC's The Apprentice, a show that turned him into a national TV star. The catchphrase, "You're fired," became a cultural phenomenon, and Trump's image as a tough, successful businessman was cemented in the public mind. The success of The Apprentice not only brought Trump millions in earnings, but it also elevated his profile to new heights, paving the way for future political endeavors. While Trump's brand licensing deals were profitable, he didn't abandon real estate. In the 2000s, Trump made a significant comeback in the world of property development, focusing on high-end hotels, golf courses, and international projects. Trump's golf courses became a major part of his empire, with properties in the US, Scotland, and Dubai. His focus on luxury developments helped rebuild his real estate portfolio, particularly as the global economy recovered from the 2008 financial crisis. Trump also expanded his hotel brand globally, with high-end properties in cities like Chicago, Las Vegas, and Washington, D.C. These ventures, along with his continued licensing deals, solidified Trump's status as a billionaire by the time he announced his run for the presidency in 2015. Of course, no story about Donald Trump's wealth would be complete without discussing the controversies and legal battles that have followed him throughout his career. From lawsuits to financial disputes, Trump's rise to billionaire status has been anything but smooth. Over the years, Trump has faced numerous lawsuits related to his business dealings. One of the most infamous controversies involved Trump University, a for-profit education venture that was sued for fraud by former students who claimed they had been misled about the value of the courses. Trump settled the case in 2016 for $25 million. Another source of controversy has been Trump's taxes and financial transparency. Throughout his presidential campaign and time in office, critics demanded that Trump release his tax returns, which he repeatedly refused to do, leading to speculation about his true net worth and the extent of his financial dealings. Despite these controversies, Trump has always maintained that his wealth and success speak for themselves, using the scrutiny to further his image as a fighter who thrives in the face of adversity. Donald Trump's 2016 presidential campaign and his subsequent time in the White House also played a role in shaping his wealth. His political career brought increased scrutiny, but it also gave his brand more global exposure. During his time in office, the Trump Organization faced questions about conflicts of interest, as critics accused Trump of using his presidency to benefit his businesses. His hotels and golf courses saw a boost in business from foreign dignitaries and political figures, raising ethical concerns. At the same time, Trump's brand remained strong, with supporters viewing him as a self-made billionaire who represented the American dream. Trump's net worth fluctuated during his presidency, with some estimates suggesting his wealth took a hit due to political distractions and declining property values. Nevertheless, his influence and name recognition were stronger than ever. So, how did Donald Trump become a billionaire? His journey to wealth wasn't a straight line. While he inherited a real estate empire from his father, Trump's true rise came through his bold ventures in Manhattan, his ability to capitalize on his name and brand, and his knack for staying in the public eye, whether through real estate, television, or politics. Along the way, he faced numerous setbacks, including financial crises, bankruptcies, and legal battles, but through it all, Trump managed to rebuild and expand his fortune. Today, the Trump name is not just associated with real estate, but with a brand that spans industries and continents. Love him or hate him, there's no denying that Donald Trump's story is one of the most fascinating in modern business history. Thank you for watching this deep dive into how Donald Trump became a billionaire. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Let us know what other financial success stories or controversies you'd like us to explore next.